You tend to take for granted that you can do what you want to be able to do, and it'll always be like that. And so you might not always look after yourself to the best. So you don't always do your training, you don't always do exercise or eat well. Probably 6 months I had it all taken away, whereas I was helpless, I was weak, and I just needed help. I was probably lucky it was a wake-up call, and it wasn't like something that led to regret that what I should have been doing. It sort of reignited that spark to do what I should be doing. The day before the contest, I managed a 110 kilo squat. That was the first time I'd tried it since the tear. And I went into the contest thinking I'd probably do a token lift of somewhere around 100, and then go from there, try and get the Australian record on the bench press and the Australian record on the deadlift. The day of the contest, the judges told us that they were judging very strictly on depth, which means you'll go very, very low. The rule is your hip bone has to be below your knee bone at the bottom of the squat, and they're being very strict with it. So they said, if you want, we'll check your depths, and I got him to check my depths with 40 kilos on, and by the time I hit the bottom where he wanted me to, I could feel my leg tearing again. So I thought I'd better stop my squat a lot lower, so I just squatted at 60 kilos just to get a token lift on the board to make sure I was eligible to continue the competition. So I did that, and I just cut it at the first lift. I made 60, and that will do. I went out for the bench press, and I got my opener of 145. I got my 152.5, which gave me a new Australian record. In my mind, it was just Australian record. And then I opened with 230 on the deadlift, which came up well. I was a bit worried about my adductor because I can tear on that lift as well. So I went out for my second attempt for 242.5, which would have been a new Australian record. And as I got an inch off the floor, my leg tore again, so I just had to drop it. So I didn't actually realise that I'd broken world records in that contest. So when I got that call from the record keeper, the Capo record keeper at the time, I was very surprised. I'd actually achieved world records for all my attempts, so I was very happy about that. Just over 4 years ago, in March 2012, I was on a 110 kilometre ride through the hills called the Boilo Bello ride, about 3,000 other riders. About halfway through, on the way back down from Nairn to Woodside, I crashed along the Armco barrier. It's a straight road, I don't know how it happened. I just got up against the barrier, went into a series of somersaults, number of impacts. I remember just somersaulting, and then the final impact being to the back of my head that crushed the helmet and knocked me out. I came to surrounded by strangers, and couldn't really move. I just lying on the ground. I knew one arm wasn't working and one leg wasn't working. That's about all I knew. A fella called Bill Grigg was calling an ambulance. He was describing it as a serious laceration to the knee and a broken right scapula. I reckon I have conquered the injury. That was done with a lot of help from the surgeons. The first surgeon that looked at it didn't know what to do because I'd lost so much of the patella tendon, the main tendon that helps you stand up, the one that goes from the top of your leg to the bottom of your leg over your knee. That bit had 70% chopped away, so I was only left with 30%. They told my wife I probably wouldn't walk again because of that, and so that took a fair bit of getting over. But in 3 months later, to see what needed to be done, it all healed. It actually grown back, so it grew back by itself without any more surgical intervention. So that gave me a good chance, a good place to start from. The rehab began almost immediately, really. You've got to just start looking after yourself, and I'd seen my brother recover from a lot worse injury, a spine operation and things like that, so I know I had to put the effort in. No one else is going to do it for you. My first bike ride was an 11k ride with my dad down to Woodside and back, and felt so much better to have that capacity to move back again. I'm now 51.5. What I considered to be my best was when I was 33, and I'm now beating that at nearly 52. So my bench press might catch up, we'll see. But yeah, I believe I've conquered the injury. So the surgeons help, the priests help, family help, friends help, all that sort of stuff. And believing in yourself, just getting up and doing it.